Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about some accessory options for the iPad 8th Gen that you might want to pick up. So, let's get started. Now, the function of the iPad has gone from pure consumption to an actual main production device for a lot of people. Even if you don't want to use it for production, I think some of these accessories will still help you enjoy the iPad more than you probably have. I know I have. So let's get started with the most basic thing anyone needs for an iPad, and that's protection. You just paid between $300 and $1,649 for your iPad. Yes, I said $1,649. The most spec'd out iPad Pro 12.9 inch is that much. So you need a case. Now, there are so many options from, well, this basic cheap $8.99 clear silicone case that I bought on Amazon. I mean, it does the job, it's nothing special, but again, it protects the back of your device. If that's not enough, you can go full front and back protection with the Spiegel Rugged Armor Case. I mean, this thing is official. It's even got a slot here for your pencil that you can put on. So if you're someone that wants to really protect it, but yet be able to flip this around and use it to watch a video or, you know, lie it on its side and maybe do some typing and whatnot, you can do that with this. This is like 21 bucks. Of course, if you're someone that wants to do more than just watch videos or read on the iPad, you can definitely go the route and buy the Apple branded keyboard for 159 bucks, which might be a little bit steep, but I've been using it and it really isn't that bad. Now, this is not the Magic Keyboard that they used on the Pro line, so it doesn't have the mouse pad, but you still have to tap on the screen if you want to move around on it. Now, I have one major issue with this design. It doesn't have anything on the back to protect it. Now, you may not care, but a lot of people do. Now, I was thinking about at least putting a skin on the back of this to at least protect it from scratches. If you plan on using it anywhere else and you want to lay it down, I think that's a good option. The experience typing on the keyboard is actually better than I thought it would be, but it's certainly not for everyone. I do type up scripts, emails, and just go through general chats, but I can't spend too many hours doing that personally. Now, if you really do love the keyboard, but you miss the mouse pad, well, the iPad does have mouse support. I love using my trackpad for everything, but I know a lot of people don't like it. So no fear, you can still use a traditional mouse, which is nice, and save some money along the way because these things can get pricey. By the way, I will leave a link to all this stuff I'm talking about today down in the description if you want to check it out. Now, next up is this keyboard that I saw on Amazon for about 70 bucks. It's got a ton of reviews on it, so I wanted to pick it up and try it. Now, the keyboard does light up, and it has, I believe, about 10 color options. Now, this does connect via Bluetooth, so it's not going to draw any power from your iPad, but keep in mind, it does have an on-off switch, so if you don't turn it off, it might die faster, and you have to remember to charge it. So this is a full protection setup that almost gives you that full laptop experience. Yeah, almost. I used this to type up the notes for this video, as a matter of fact, and I did notice the keys were a little bit small, and it does have a plasticky feel to it and kind of cheap, but honestly, it didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. It's just a different experience from the iPad. This keyboard is a traditional style keyboard, so the keys have a lot of travel, and since the iPad type of keyboard is very minimal, it's just a different style of keyboard. Now, the one thing I did notice is when I do use the keyboard on this, every once in a while the on-screen keyboard will pop up and you gotta swipe it down and it'll pop open, and other times it didn't come up at all and it worked great. So this is a lot like a laptop. It's got a little mouse pad down here, and it's good when it works. It will allow you to have a little dot on the screen once it's connected. For example, a single tap will get you into an app, and several other taps to do different things to help you get around, close apps, get into apps, swipe the pages. But like I said, it's not perfect, and you do have to learn a lot of different things to be able to use it. So some people might actually just get to the point where it's easier just to touch the screen. So that's not a good thing. The case does also swivel around, which will allow you to close it down if you don't want to use the keyboard, or you can put it up and turn it a different way if you flat out don't want to have the room for the keyboard if you're on a plane or something like that. So the back portion that protects the back of the iPad slides into the bottom here. All the ports are cut out, or you have the vents and your buttons are completely reachable. So there's no problem there. It's not going to inhibit you trying to use this iPad. Another nice touch here is the little loop on the side. You can put your Apple Pencil in if that is something that you do use along with your iPad. Speaking of the Apple Pencil, this is my next accessory that actually is pretty cool. As for those who actually have this, the uses are endless, to be completely honest with you. Now, from simply getting around the iPad to drawing, this thing is actually way more fun than I thought it would be. Now, this is the first generation pencil, and unfortunately, it still needs to be charged with this reverse style lightning plug that, yes, you do have to plug it into the bottom of the iPad here, which makes for some weird looking function. Now, it does cost 99 bucks, and depending on what you would actually use it for, that might be more than you're willing to spend, but they do have a Logitech Crayon, and I actually picked this up for my daughter for only 70 bucks, and she absolutely loves it. She uses it to draw, to color, and to be completely honest with you, I don't see any difference as far as how it works. It works pretty dang good. Now, as far as my production, I did start to mess around with editing on the iPad and quickly realized that I needed to get the footage off my SD card, so I did pick up this cheap $20 adapter port here. It goes lightning to all these adapters. Now, it's got two USB 3.0s, a micro SD card, and the standard SD card. Now, I'm not going to recommend this one because it just doesn't seem like it works all that well. I had to fiddle with it quite a bit once the SD card was in to get it to show up on the iPad. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. So I'll be completely honest with you, I would avoid this one. I'm gonna test out some other ones and I'll let you know. So if you own an iPad, you know that the battery is pretty darn good because, well, it's massive. It should be. However, you will need to charge it at some point. So what I like to use is my little Anchor here charger, which is nice because the plugs go in and out. Both USB-C, so I can get some quick charging off of this. And of course, I have my super long cable, which I did in my last video, lightning to USB-C. So again, super long, so I can actually have this plugged into the wall and sit down and still continue to use my iPad, which is pretty nice. Now, if you're on the go, I do suggest picking up maybe an external battery, i.e. Anchor, which you guys know I love. This one is 10,000 milliamp, pretty small. This is a nice little compact one, about 22 bucks. Now, because of the size of this battery, it will charge the iPad probably one full time, with a little bit left over maybe to put some charge on your phone. Now, USB 3.0, quick charge, USB-C charge, and you can do a micro USB to charge it. So you can charge this to fill it up with USB-C, or you can use this to go out to charge something else. Now, Anchor does have a ton of other options if you're not looking for USB-C, so go ahead and make sure you check that link down below. So I have an iPad Air 4th Gen on order, and I want to use it the same way as the iPad 8. So if you want to see a video on accessories for the iPad Air 4th Gen, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and check out this playlist right here of all things Apple, and of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.